The 1940s bedroom was, well, a study in functional comfort. Beds were solid and built to last. Timber frames creaked lightly when pressed, a sound that was, honestly, familiar in every household. The mattress rested directly on a coil spring base. Springs offered firm support while allowing a subtle give. They absorbed weight without sagging. Some homes used slatted bases with horsehair padding layered over. Horsehair was coarse but resilient. Pressing into it produced a muted crunch beneath your hands. The feeling was firm, yet responsive, holding the body evenly. This combination created a sleeping surface tuned to the human form. Viewers should imagine the gentle bounce under their shoulder and hip. Mattresses were stuffed with natural fibers. Cotton, wool, and occasionally straw provided different textures and densities. Cotton felt soft and airy but compressed over time. Wool added warmth and spring. Straw gave a firmer, cooler feel, but required careful layering to prevent poking. Beds were frequently rotated. Homemakers turned mattresses head to foot weekly. This maintained even wear and preserved shape. Linen sheets were crisp and thin, slipping smoothly over the mattress. The rustle of linen added a subtle tactile layer to the sleep experience. Visualize sheets tightly tucked under the mattress edges. They were angled and pulled taut, eliminating sag and slack. Feather beds were common for added luxury. They were thick and dense, filled with goose or duck feathers. Pressing into one created a soft sinking sensation. Feathers moved with the body and returned slowly, offering both comfort and support. Feather ticking was tightly stitched. It resisted lumps and maintained uniform loft. Homes often layered feather beds over a mattress rather than using them alone. The combination of spring, horsehair, and feathers produced a surprisingly sophisticated comfort system. Viewers should picture the layered textures, each contributing a subtle pressure response beneath the body. Pillows were highly structured. They were feather-filled, often with a blend of down for softness at the surface and feathers for support inside. This created a firm base with a soft crown. Beds frequently used multiple pillows stacked at the head. Each had a specific purpose. The bottom pillow absorbed weight. The top pillow supported the neck. Feather tickings were tightly sewn to prevent feathers escaping. Overstuffing was avoided to maintain spinal alignment. Homeowners brushed and shook pillows daily, redistributing fill and keeping surfaces uniform. The audible swish of feathers under shaking was common. This daily care extended the life of pillows and maintained comfort. Bed frames were built with precise geometry. Slats were spaced evenly to support weight without sagging. Corners were reinforced with mortise and tenon joints. These joints created subtle creaks when weight shifted, signaling structural integrity. Beds were positioned strategically in rooms. Distance from windows, radiators, and doors affected temperature and airflow. Windows were dressed with thick drapes. They blocked drafts at night. Rooms had wooden floors covered with rugs. Walking across them produced a muted thump, distinct from modern carpeting. The bedroom environment combined support, insulation, and tactile feedback. Heating influenced comfort. Homes relied on radiators or coal stoves. Bedrooms were often kept cooler than living areas. Blankets were layered deliberately. Wool blankets added insulation. Cotton or linen covers were lighter layers. Each layer had a specific weight and density. The body responded to these textures differently. Layers were adjusted nightly. Visualize reaching under the top cover to pull the wool blanket snug around the shoulders. The weight was firm without restricting movement. Air circulation was maintained to prevent dampness. The interaction between layers and body created a balanced warmth. Daily routines complemented the physical setup. Beds were aired each morning. Windows were opened for circulation. Sheets and blankets were shaken out and smoothed. The bed was made immediately after airing. This maintained loft in feathers and mattress fill. A tidy bed improved perceived comfort. Sound and texture of handling these materials were integral. The crisp snap of linen and subtle rustle of feathers signaled readiness. Homemakers treated each bed as both furniture and a functional comfort system. Viewers should picture these morning rituals as precise, tactile processes. Lighting and visual elements really shaped the perception of comfort. Lamps would use these soft tungsten or gas bulbs, Shadows falling across quilted blankets helped to emphasize their texture. Wall hangings and rugs, they added a sense of visual warmth to the space. Room colors were generally subdued. Pale yellows, muted greens, and those soft blues were pretty common. The eye tended to register these colors subconsciously, which contributed to that feeling of coziness. Bedroom objects were arranged in a way that reduced clutter. Every item had its own designated space. Even small details like folded blankets and neatly arranged pillows helped create an environment that was just right for rest. Hygiene and maintenance extended comfort. Linen and blankets were washed regularly. Mattress ticks were brushed and aired to remove dust and moisture. Feather beds were fluffed daily. Humidity levels were monitored. Homes used ventilators or simple window adjustments to keep rooms dry. This prevented damp odors and preserved firmness in natural fibers. Even small sounds, the creak of a well-maintained frame, the swish of a feather bed, were signs of a healthy sleep environment. Historical routines integrated sensory, structural, and environmental factors seamlessly. Modern adaptation is straightforward. Layers remain essential. Start with a firm mattress. Add a resilient padded layer. Top with a soft feather or synthetic alternative. Rotate and maintain surfaces weekly. Use multiple pillows with structured support. Manage room temperature and airflow deliberately. Layer blankets for weight distribution and warmth. Incorporate tactile and auditory cues, rustle, firmness, resistance, to optimize comfort. Historical methods teach deliberate placement, touch, and layering. Each adjustment produces measurable improvement in sleep quality. The 1940s bedroom combined engineering, craft, and daily ritual to create unmatched comfort. Its systems were intuitive yet precise. Physical surfaces, bedding, room layout, and daily habits were integrated. Sensory detail was central. Touch, sound, temperature, and visual cues worked together. Replicating these elements today yields measurable comfort improvement. Start with structural support. Layer materials thoughtfully. Maintain surfaces consistently. Integrate environmental factors. Attention to these details transforms sleep into a controlled restorative experience. Historical lessons provide practical guidance for anyone seeking superior rest. Subscribe for more insights into historical techniques that enhance everyday life. Share this knowledge with others interested in practical history. Experiment with layering, textures, and daily routines. Every detail affects comfort. Remember, historical methods are not antiques. They are actionable strategies for modern life.